Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Joe Talk. Tonight's episode is going to be featuring pretty much where we've been for the last 2 weeks, a little bit immunotherapy development in COVID fixes, and some other stuff that's going on. I got coming up. We got Easter Sunday happening, and I've got a co-pilot tonight. So you can see how homespun this show is. Uh, it's very homespun. That's my cat Newtsy. Newtsy is definitely my partner. Oh, he's running away. Okay, so it's just you and I now and the show. So we'll get into it a little bit here. It's nice to see everybody. I hope tonight finds everybody happy, healthy, and contented during this COVID lockdown that we're facing here. I see a lot of things happening outside that are good. I see a lot of people really starting to focus and understand what we need to do to get through this. And it is very comforting. And as American people, I think we should pride ourselves on getting through things. I was talking with my wife a little earlier about that. I had parents that were World War II era, and they took care of business. They didn't play. When something needed to be done, they did it, and that's pretty much the way I was raised. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have those thoughts and those that way of living inside them. So without saying too much, I'm seeing a lot of it, and it's very comforting to see that everybody's doing what we're doing here as a country. We're almost unified in it, and we're doing stuff that's great. I've seen the release of, very happy to admit, my brother-in-law from the hospital. Bill, my ex-brother-in-law, Bill, is home resting comfortably now, and I'm grateful for that. He was released from the hospital 2 days ago. He had double pneumonia, and he wasn't doing well at all in there. This is nasty business, folks. Nasty business. And he pulled through. So we're very happy. I want to send him out a personal congratulations, Bill. I'm very happy. We're all in the family very happy that you're home. And your wife is okay as well. Hats off to my nephew, Jason, who's out there combating this stuff every day in the EMTs world. He's a leader there, and he is taking charge. He's doing the right things. Great, great, great man. So hats off, and of course, hats off to all the responders and on the front lines in the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the triages, everybody who's working on this stuff. It's please accept my my love for you, just to say thank you. And Newtsy is circling the wagon here. Newtsy the cat is circling the wagon. We don't know why, but he wants to say thank you to everybody too. Anyway, I do really have a heartfelt thank you to people that do this stuff. It's not easy. This is a very troubling time. I realize that. It's not easy to stay in your house for long periods of time. For some people, it's devastating, for a lot of different reasons. So it's very difficult to do, and I realize that, and I'm praying for everybody out here every day. I'm praying for all of us. Not that that's going to change the world, but hopes that, there's Newtsy, he's back. That's okay, we can do the show with Newtsy, he's here, okay. So what I wanted to touch base on is the fact that the stuff is really not coming out into the light of day. People are seeing more of the drug that is derived from the chlorine-based drug. You're seeing that a lot. That's readily available on the market now, and it's being used as a widespread cure for it. I don't think that's the right word. I think it's just not a subterfuge, but it was the first thing to come along that worked sufficiently enough to get people out of immediate danger, I think. That's my opinion. That's not fact. That's just an opinion. And I think that it's any cure in that respect, or anything derived to help people, is obviously what you need to do, and it works. The second was it's testing. Well, it's been tested. It's out. It's they use your own DNA against the thing, and it's a plasma. They draw plasma from bodies of people that are alive, obviously, and are immune to this, or have gone through it and built up an immunity to it. And they use that plasma to go in and circumvent the virus. What I'm talking about is a third cure that's been around in testing now for a while, and I'm wondering when they're going to get to it, is the immunotherapy cure. Immunotherapy is a drug that came out during the MERS and the SARS epidemics. MERS, if you remember, and was a breathing virus, and it was bad. And the drug began there. That's where it began. That's where its roots were. And from that point, it grew into other things. One of the things it grew into was cancer fighting. And I'm on it right now as we speak. It's coursing through my veins. It's in my body. It's in my blood. And I'm fine. I'm not exploding or blowing up. So I could tell you firsthand that it's okay to put it in your body. Well, it's okay. You can do it. I'm not telling you that to go out and get a bag of this stuff and try it yourself. Nothing close to that. I want to make sure that you're aware that I would never tell you to do anything medical. I'm telling you that it's in my blood. And I say that because there are some people, unfortunately, that misread the chlorine. It was a pool. It's not chlorine. It was a pool cleaner based product that went into the pill that they have now for COVID, and people were taking a derivative of this stuff, and it is found, and it's an alkaloid in pool cleaner. Somebody found it, and this one man in Texas ingested it, and he died because he thought if he took this stuff, he'd be okay. I don't ever want to hear that on my end of things. I don't want anybody ever telling me, something I said caused them to go out and eat pool cleaners. So what I'm saying is the stuff that I'm talking about is in my veins right now. And I'm living proof that I didn't die from ingesting it. Okay? Immunotherapy, which is what I'm talking about, is a research that began through the MERS and SARS thing, and it grew. They even used this stuff, believe it or not, in the beginning treatment. It was to fight herpes simplex 3 and stuff like that. That's how it began. They started looking at cell division and the cells that were involved in this stuff, and they found a cell. They found a T cell. And they call it a killer cell. And what this cell does is it goes into your body and it finds these bad cells and it eradicates them. As it's doing that, it's showing your cells. It's going, come on, guys, it's over here. Yeah. They beat them up. They take them down. Shows them how to do it. While it's doing that, it's repairing some of the damage behind that was caused to the lungs from the disease. They found out that it works on cancer cells, and it does tremendous things. There are miraculous things happening in the cancer world because of this drug. I'm on it, and I believe in it wholeheartedly. And when I found out that they were harnessing the power of this stuff to go after COVID, I'm like, this is brilliant. This absolutely has to work because there's no way it can't. This stuff is just, it's just, it is to the immune system what gasoline is to a car. You know, to me, you can't run without it. This is a must-have, and I'm wondering. My biggest wonder, my biggest fear, is that they're not producing this stuff yet. They're not putting the stuff out. It's not hitting the market yet. And there is trials that have been done. The FDA and the CDC, they're all aware of this stuff. They know it. They know it's there. They're just not sure, I guess, what to do with it. I don't know what the stall is. But I can tell you this much. In my book, I believe it to be a game changer, and I'm really waiting to see this stuff out. It's like I can't believe it. I haven't seen more of it. If you watch news, the only place I've seen this aired through the majors was on Fox News, and it was Rudy Giuliani from New York, the ex-mayor of New York, that came up and he was speaking about it about three or 4 days back, and that was it. That's all I've heard. Clinical studies have been done on this already. This stuff is clinically proven to work. Okay? This isn't something that, is just like a pipe dream that they're half toying with. This stuff has been tested on people already. 87 people in Seattle, Washington have been tested with this drug already, and it's worked. And then there's other clinical trials across the country, and it was manufactured right back here in New Jersey. So New York is right there, okay? Don't know what's going on, but if we could speed the plow for this, guys, this might be something that the United States population could ingest and use. Hopefully, we'll see that come to the light of day more rapidly than not. I am absolutely waiting for that to happen and enamored to see it come through. I figured I'd tell you a little bit about it. The T cells are pretty amazing. It's known as a killer cell. And what this little guy does is it gets in there and it understands. It's a smart drug. It understands your cells already. So it goes over, hangs out, talks to them. They're getting on, they're talking, having a little coffee together, they're talking. Oh, cancer cell. And they take them down. They take down the cancer cell. They beat it to death. And the next thing you know, they have, a little more coffee. Relax. It's calm. It's not like a crazy environment. It's very subtle in its approach. But it's teaching them. And then eventually you sit back and say, you got this. I'm going to go over here, chill for a little bit and work on your body a little bit and fix things up, get things a little better for you inside. If you have a drug that can do that, why would you not want this to be all over everything? I don't understand what you're waiting for. I can't for the life of me understand why you would wait to give something like that to the American people. And I'm the last person to get on a pulpit, and a pulpit. I'm sorry, and then and go off and go into a soapbox thing and rant and rave about it. My thing is, I see so much good coming out of it. I can't understand why it's not put into practicality or use. And I keep going back to that. I realize that, but I'm stuck on it because it's just such. I believe in it that strongly. I really do. I don't know. What the outcome's going to be for everybody in COVID, but I do believe that would be the strongest approach to taking this thing down, rapidly and solidly. Not just putting a drug in there that's going to knock it out for a little while, and the after effects are going to be there, and all this stuff is going to be there. Something that eradicates it, something that goes in and pounds this thing, something that just destroys it. That's what we need. We need something to rip this thing out of people and shred it. And that's pretty much what this drug does. So I am looking very forward to that. There's not a lot out on it. I have a few things that I find, and I report them here as I get them. But there's not enough coming out from, you're not leaking this thing at all. So in that respect, if it's that tight-lipped, perhaps they are doing a lot more than I know about. But there's more than to the trials that were performed in Washington that have been done, that are documented and proven. So the FDA has said that they're trying to put this on a fast track and get it moving out there and get it going. And that was this week, finally this week. But I haven't seen anything since, and that was 3 days ago. So getting a new story on this, it's very tight-lipped, it's very difficult. I posted everything I found on pretty much, anything that's not repeating itself or getting redundant, I've posted in my cancer group for you guys to read and look at. Because I do believe that it's something that it's really going to grab this thing by the horns and shake it out, and give us back our space and our breathing time here. I know for a fact, if you're anything like my wife and I, we're getting a little stir crazy in here. We're getting a little nutty, because there's not a lot to do. After you cook 40, 50,000 things, you know what I mean? You're pretty much done. You're ready to, you're ready to go. You're ready to get out and go somewhere. And it'll happen. It will happen, but you get a little crazy. Take a break. Go take a ride. 15, 20-minute ride. That's all. Oh, well, I'm allowed to yawn to my show. I can do that. I yawn on my show. I can pet the kitty cat. I can yawn. I can drink coffee, whatever the hell I want to do here, because it's me and you, right? So what's going on is this. I'm going to really look into this a little further. Actually, a lot further. And I might actually put a few calls out tomorrow on my own, do some serious hard research just to see where this thing really is. Because it's just, I find it odd that you have something, this dynamite, and you're going to just leave it sit on the floor. It doesn't make sense. So I want to know if they're using this drug. There's stuff too, like they said that the plasma drug was going to be used, last call kind of thing. And there are, what is being said by the CDC is that there are plasma treatments and other drugs that are being used in conjunction to a situation that seems hopeless. They're instating these other drugs without so much of the testing. They don't have so much of the testing. They're not finished, so to speak. They're trials, and they're administering that to patients. I don't know what percentage of people are getting immunotherapy. I don't know how many people are, being treated straight up with it. But we're going to find out. I printed out a bunch of stuff, and I was going to go into a very long-winded thing, and it just makes it much easier and more palatable for everybody just to hear it straight up. And straight up is that this stuff for cancer, I can tell you flat out, is a miracle. Nothing short. Mark my words. Look it up. Do the research. Do anything you want to it, but you can't take the fact away that this stuff is, to cancer, is God. It doesn't work on everybody. And then the percentage of people that it does work on, some people it may not even help. But the people that it does work on, the results are ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I mean like gone ridiculous. Okay? That's how ridiculous. That's how, amazing this stuff really is. And they're finding new stuff out about it all day. This is the Rubik's Cube, folks. This is the one that, everybody's just going to go, oh my God. Hopefully our savior for COVID. And you know what? We'll off topic that for a little bit because that's been the topic of the show for the last 3 weeks. Unfortunately, it's just a big topic, and I'm trying to get it out there. All right, so I know everybody does their PPE, right? Everybody's got their N95 or better, or the regular face mask, doctor face mask. I have a couple N95s from work that I saved in a box in a long time. Thank God I did. I have them right over there, as a matter of fact. I wear my N95 if I walk out to a store, which I try not to go to, but every now and again, if you have to go for a quick quart of milk or something, I put the N95 on. I got gloves. Okay, you gotta carry sanitizer. But the biggest tool, one of the biggest tools is, and I'm going to show it to you right here. I'll show you right here. Here's this guy. This is your handheld thermometer. And we'll 97.7, if you want to see that. Can you see that? I don't think anybody can see that. There's a lot of glare in here. Oh, 97.7, it's backwards. 97.7. So I am good for now. We're okay. But I have one, and I use it. If you got fevers, go. If you got fevers, go get tested. Go in for treatment. Go in for help. Immediately. Don't stall. Go. If you don't have fevers, they're saying, stop going to the treatment centers. Don't clog them up. Let them do their thing. Let them get their work done. I don't know if I agree with that so much, but I understand, because I want to make sure everybody gets what they need and nobody else dies from this. But that's not up to me. That's not my call. CDC says you should absolutely go if you have fevers. Now they change up pretty rapidly, and it's a good thing. If you have a fever, go get tested immediately. If you don't have a lot of the breathing symptoms, I don't know if they'll keep you. I think they push to keep the people that really are, really ill with this disease immediately, and then move, back to people that are a little less affected by it. With that said, I think we've talked enough about COVID now. And we'll go back to being Joe and Joe Talk and me. And we'll talk about some stuff I'm doing. I got coming up. We got about 10 minutes left here. I want to put you on a good page here, right? All right, so here we go. On Monday, this coming Monday, I'm going to embark on a 3-day hike back and forth to the cancer center every day. I'm going to be getting radiation done on the back of my head. They found a small brain tumor, and we're going to knock it out. We're going to knock that sucker right out of there. We're going to go in there and cook the little guy. Targeted radiation, which I am set up for. And let me tell you a little bit about this process, okay? This stuff is amazing, what they do. It's just amazing. Sloan Kettering is absolutely one of the best hospitals in the world. By far. I don't care what anyone says. Obviously an opinion, but also fact. There's a lot of factual data about them being obviously one of the top hospitals in the world. Nutzi's back. Hi, Nutzi. Here he is. We love the hospital. We love the hospital. And they're just amazing people doing amazing things for folks that have something that's not so amazing. And it is a blessing to be able to go where I go for this treatment. So with that said, on Monday, I start my process for the 3 straight days of radiation. I go down there, I get radiation, and I come home. The next day I get up, I go down there, I get radiation, I come home. Same thing the next day down, come home. After the 3 days are over, what we're hoping for is the dismissal of the tumor in my brain. We're hoping that the tumor's gone. It's small, it's a little tiny thing. We're going to try to zap it out of there, and I think we can. We're hopeful. We're very hopeful. And of course, I'm very hopeful. I want to keep being with you all and stay on this earth. So I'm praying to God that we get it all. There's no other brain tumors other than the one. That's been confirmed already. So we got some scarier scans coming up after that. I'm going to Scan City after this after those 3 treatments. I will be getting radiation and then right into scans. And the scans will probably be all done, from what I'm being told. By the 23rd, I'll have all the information and the scans and the radiation done. It's going to be a busy 2 weeks for me, guys, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm ready emotionally, physically and mentally. I'm ready to go for this. I'm ready to go toe to toe. And we're gonna go in there and we're gonna go toe to toe. I am just fast and furiously petting this guy here. I don't usually do this, but I'll just this one time. Here he is. Look at this fur ball under the cup. Boop. There you go. There's the fur ball. Look at this guy. All right. So we'll put this back. Okay. That's Lucy. Sometimes he'll come up and he'll crawl up with me. It's nice. It's like a big whoopee, big white blanket. I love him. But he's a celebrity now. And all right, the process. I go down there last week, and they do everything they possibly can to ensure your safety. There's masks at the door. There's guards. Keeping 6 feet. There's not a lot of people. They're obviously monitoring the numbers that come to the door. They have gloves and sanitizers and everything. All their PPE. The place is spotless, wiped down. There's people cleaning behind you as you go. It's amazing. It really is, the effort that they put into keeping the hospital, the workers, and the patients safe. It's just over the top. I can't say enough about it. So you're comfortable, and I'm very comfortable walking in. And I go down there a couple weeks ago, and I met my team. I have a team working on my tumor. There's 3 different groups of people. There's the doctors. Oh, excuse me, technicians, and another group. I don't know how to classify them, but they build the casts, the cast builders. I'll call them. The cast builders are cool. I'll get names like normal names for you too, and I'll be doing show and tell here with all that stuff. It's gonna be cool. So they put your head in this basket, and the basket is filled with this styrofoam kind of. An acrylic styrofoam gelish stuff, and hardens up into a mold around your head this way, like a half a box, and your head's in there, and they get the shape of your skull. And then they take another acrylic, they put a mat on your head, like a hood on your head, and then they put your head in this stuff, and it gets on there, and it hardens up, and it turns into this shell casing kind of thing. And they take that shell casing and they put it back into that box, and it matches perfectly, right? So you can't move your head around a lot in there. Then they'll lock it down to the front, and they lock it down to the table. So you're not going anywhere. You're not moving. And then from there we have precision lined up with dottings and all kinds of stuff, and measurements and all that, and they pinpoint exactly where to hit this thing and how to hit it, and that's it. We're gonna do that Monday morning. So as you can see, I got quite a bit going on here, and it's been a bumpy road. But I thought about something. I thought to myself today. I looked back over the year, Well, it hasn't been a year yet. In July, it'll be a year. In July. And, it hasn't been a year, but it's been about 7 months, 8 months, 7 months, right? 7. And it's been crazy, We've done a lot. I lost 30 pounds and ended up in a hospital. Excuse me. This is from the steroids, guys. I'm sorry, the yawning. And I ended up, losing a lot of weight and then gaining it back. And here I am, all bloated up from another round of steroids and eating like a horse and all that. And I feel good though. I feel fine. But that's almost like a false thing because you're not, you're not down off of the steroids. If I was down off them, it'd be a whole different world, I'm sure. But I'm all right. I'm good. I'm happy and healthy that way. I'm not in any pain. It doesn't hurt at all. But that doesn't mean, to go, oh, it's nothing. I know the situation. I know where I am in life. I know what's going on. And we're going to ride it out. We're going to ride it out. That's what we're doing. We're going to ride this out. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Prognosis is 70, I think it's 78 to 96, my wife said at one point. She told me. I'm not an odds guy. I believe we're just going to go in there and kill it. But those are good odds either way. A 96% rate of cure. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Sold. And we'll move forward from there. After the treatment is done and all the scans are in, we're going to reevaluate everything, obviously, and whatever we find, we're going to take to, take it to the streets, I guess. We're going to get busy with it. I can't tell you that I'm not nervous. I am. I'm a little scared. Obviously, it's not something that you have done in your life. Usually, you can't say, "Oh, I got to go get a brain tumor taken out today." It's like if you told me that 8 years ago, that would be coming out of my mouth. I'd be like, "Yeah, you're dreaming." So for the folks who can't stop saying it can't happen here, I would reconsider that. I would definitely look elsewhere than there for solace because you know what? It can happen here, and it does all the time. It happens every day. Anyway, with that said, I just am going to walk this road with my head high. And my gun's out blazing, and I'm not going down any other way. And they're not telling me I am going down. In fact, they're very happy with progress until this happened. So we'll go and get this thing done. We'll get it out. So that's Monday morning. But we're at that time now, and I don't want to be overly long-winded with stuff. But the following weeks to come, I'm going to be putting up the mask that they made me, the mask man. I don't know if you can notice, my hair got thicker and thicker. It's coming in so thick I don't know what to do with it. And I'm going to have to cut it soon because it's getting unruly. It's getting crazy. It does whatever it wants. So I got a lot going on that way. I'm happy to have my hair. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be sitting here. You'd see I'm happy to have him, my wife, and the life that I have. I don't want to leave any of it. And I'm praying to God that I don't have to for a long, long time. But he's not sure, I don't think. We're working out the details, and hopefully they come back right in my favor. Anyway, I don't want to get silly with this stuff. I just want to let everybody know what's going on and tell you I love you all and behave yourselves. You little guys out there and girls, you behave yourselves, okay? Even for the big guys and girls out there, you behave yourselves. Do the right thing. Wash your hands. Make sure that you're you're staying indoors most of the time and take care of yourself and others, at that respect. Um, and I will be back next week with more of a formidable show because it's again, I'm going to start making phone calls on my own because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. So I'll do it, and I'll do it in a week. And hopefully, by the time I get done with radiation, I'll have something concrete for you guys. All right. Until then, I want everybody to remember to wash their hands. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't shoot people. Be nice. Do the right thing. And everything else will fall into place. So, with that said, I want to say I love you guys. Please enjoy your holiday weekend. Happy Easter to everybody out there celebrating Easter. Happy Passover. It's Passover too, I think, from what I'm being told. I just want everybody to be happy and healthy. Please stay safe. That's the main thing. If everybody stays safe, I'm good to go. I just can't stress enough for you to be safe. But you will be. So, with that said, I'm going to bid you all fond farewell for the week, and I will be back next week with more informative story, and the show's going to be a little bit more in depth next week. It's going to be a little deeper, so we'll get there, and I'll let you obviously all know about my experiences and travels in the world of gamma rays. Okay, so you guys all be good. I will see you all next week. Ciao.